Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to JoyNews Today. We're coming to you live from our studios in Kokomlemiri on DTTV, culture free to air, on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 125. We are your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Coming up this afternoon, increasing number of HIV new and AIDS infections in the Bono East region, putting health authorities in the part of the country on edge. Also, 11 persons kicked out from the upcoming NPP primaries as the party moves to the next stage of the contest. We have more as the satisfied aspirants have only today to file the appeal. Also, make the study of science and technology attractive to the youth to endear them into venturing into innovations and industrialization. That's the call from CEO of the Kantanka Group on setting the pace for a technology-driven future for Ghana. We have an excerpt of an interview with him. And also, Chief Filer Cookathon hits over 200 hours. We have updates for you as she inches close to the 240 hours target she set for herself. We have business, sports, world news, and showbiz coming up this afternoon. We're also live on Joy News on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Joy News on TV. My personal handle is @Benana Aisha. Please stay for details. Health authorities in the Bono East Enclave are expressing concern over the increasing number of new HIV infections across the region's urban areas. Regional Director of Health Services, Dr. Fred Adomako-Boateng, said the region's urban population recorded an average of 4.8 HIV prevalence, a figure above the national average of 2.8. He, however, urged the general public to adhere to the various preventive measures as well as know their statuses as the region works towards reducing its HIV prevalence. Anasabet has more.
Human immunodeficiency virus is a serious public health problem and a major cause of death in many parts of Africa, including Ghana, which has one of the highest rates of HIV in the West African sub-region. The Ghana AIDS Commission recently disclosed that out of a total of 16,574 new HIV infections recorded in the year 2022, females accounted for 2/3 of the total figure, and the Bron Ahafo Enclave continued to be one of the regions with highest rate of HIV prevalence. Health authorities in the region are, however, concerned about the rise in the number of new infections in the region's urban areas, which is doing an average of more than 4.5 compared to the national average of 2.8. Dr. Fred Adomako-Boateng is the Regional Director of Health Services.
When we talk about HIV, I know we know the figures going around, latest figures released by the Commission. So, for example, we can talk about the rural-urban divide, which is very important. So, if you look across the country and you look at the mean or the prevalence of people with HIV, in terms of the rural population, we are doing very well. However, when it comes to the urban, it's not the same. So if you are looking at an average of urban across the country of 2.6, 2.8, Bono East, we are first and third. And this first and third is not something that we have to address. So you have Nkranza hovering around 5, and then more than 5, and you have the Chiman hovering more than 4.8.
The situation, according to Dr. Fred Adomako-Boateng, is being fueled by the commercial nature of the Chiman and Nkranza, which are both located at the heart of the country.
These are being our challenges from, and we know the reason. You have a lot of trunk routes coming to Techiman. You have almost everybody passing, our brothers almost across coming to Techiman. It's very powerful commercial area where you have all activities going on.
Dr. Fred Adomako-Boateng is, however, urging the general public to work towards knowing their statuses as well as adhere to the use of condom as the region works towards addressing its HIV/AIDS prevalence rate.
The moment you get into that state and you are testing, then you start using this cliche that a test doesn't know any dirty water. Please, when it comes to HIV/AIDS, there are some dirty waters that you don't have to venture. And so the try and tested methods that should also use that. Look, if you don't know it's not a stable partner, these try and tested methods should also be used. Condoms. You have to make sure that you use condoms. And then more importantly, make sure that we know our status. That is what we are going to look at going 2024. And our target and our aim is that everybody should be able to know your status. Everybody should know. It's a campaign that we are going to go massively on that when it comes to HIV.
Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Tichiman.
11 persons have been kicked out from the much-anticipated parliamentary primaries in constituencies which have certain NPP MPs. These disqualified aspirants whose political fate of leading the NPP has been truncated. The total from the 137 constituencies, the vetting of the aspirants was conducted. Samuel Mbura of our political desk joins us with more on this. Mbura, we know about 400 persons picked the form to join the race. What is the breakdown after the vetting exercise?
Well, Aisha, these 373 were returned and went through the vetting process, which ended on Friday. The outcomes include 11 disqualifications. There were also 326 qualifications. 2 cases have been referred to the National Executive Committee for further action. Additionally, 2 aspirants have withdrawn from the race. 29 have gone unopposed. 1 person submitted a form that wasn't complete, and 2 aspirants did not make appearance at all before the vetting committee.
You've been speaking to the vetting committee on what accounted for these disqualifications.
Well, the party has not given any specific reason for the disqualifications of the 11 aspirants, but it is insisting that the process was conducted according to the party's constitution, and then it was free and fair.
Okay. Samuel Mbura is with our political desk. This is something we are monitoring. We'll try and get Evans Nimako, who is Director of Elections of the NPP. I'm grateful for your time. You've been Secretary to the Vetting Committee of the NPP. How critical is the upcoming election for you as a party, Mr. Nimako?
Thank you very much for having. I think what happened was that they put together a number of vetting committees assigned to the various regions to engage with the prospective candidates. The party also put together what we call the Parliamentary Appeals Committee, of which I am the secretary. What the party is doing is to give opportunity to all prospective candidates and let them go through what we call the screening arrangement put together by the party. It is expected that the reports of the various committees will go through the General Secretary to the National Executive Committee. Today is the last day that the Appeals Committee is expected to receive appeals from prospective candidates who may have been disqualified or not recommended by the vetting committee.
Would you say that you're satisfied with the conduct of the exercise?
Largely, I mean, the party is happy with the conduct of this vetting committee. You may have heard a lot of issues coming up, but so far, I must say that the exercise has been very fruitful. We are expecting the General Secretary to receive the report from the committee and submit to the National Executive Committee. National Executive Committee, which is clothed with the power to review or accept the report of the vetting committee, will then give out the list of those who have been successful after the vetting. That will mean that those who are successful will go through, conduct their campaign, and get the constituency delegate conference to vote on 27th.
Is there any opportunity for any of the disqualified aspirants to file for appeal?
Yes, so the party has put together a separate committee, which is the appeals committee, to receive petitions from people who may have been disqualified or not recommended to the party to be in this contest. So there's opportunity for people to access this platform. And today is the last day for submission.
And after the vetting, what next?
After vetting, if there are petitions to be considered by the appeals committee, that will be done. The committee is expected to give its report to the General Secretary for honor submission to the National Executive Committee by Monday. And both reports of this committee, appeals, and that of the vetting committee will be considered by the National Executive Committee.
Evans Demarco, I'm grateful for your time. He's the Director of Elections and also Secretary to the Vetting Committee. Let's get on to other stories. The Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard has implored party delegates to demand massive improvement in votes for the party as a way of negotiating with incumbent MPs seeking a re-election. According to Chairman Wontumi, the party has no intention to disqualify aspirants seeking to become MPs, but it takes critical interest in incumbent MPs underperforming at the polls. Nana Boachi Adam has more.
The new patriotic party, proud to the January 27 parliamentary primaries, vetted and cleared over 120 aspirants. The process seeks to determine the eligibility of candidates who intend to represent the party in the 2024 general election. Speaking to the press after the process, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard entreated party delegates to negotiate with incumbent MPs seeking re-election for better performance.
My point, and what I've always given pieces of advice, is that those who, had a lesser vote from 2020 elections, that is where my advice goes to, that if you know that 2020 your votes reduce, you can think about, because it's MPP, we want to win power. It's not friendship. It's not this is my brother. It's not brotherhood. It's about getting the structure. Fortunately for us, NDC had choose their candidates. So I'm appealing to constituency executives, coordinators, and the polling stations. Nobody is going to influence them. They should choose what they want. And anybody who want to go to or who want to win, the polling station people should decide and also take a responsibility. You have to decide and take your responsibility.
Chairman Wontumi says the party has no intention to disqualify aspirants. However, it intends to win the December 7th election without favor.
I went to election, so I want everybody to go to election. Dr. Bawumia, who is the leader of our party, went to the election. So everybody also have to go to election. So nobody is going to disqualify anybody, but we will negotiate all the time with the constituency. You can negotiate with them. But the region and national, I don't think we will do that.
Is the NPP breaking the eight?
Of course. I have already seen that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the next president of Republic of Ghana.
For JoyNews, Nana Boachi Adam, Kumasi.
Former chairman of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Kwabena, has cautioned the Electoral Commission against imposing charges in the electoral system on political parties. Speaking at the 4th Constitution Day lecture, he urged the Electoral Commission to rather view IPAC as a convenient forum for effecting changes in the electoral system with the view of achieving consensus. Stanley Niblew's report.
Citizens drawn from the academia, government, and the general public converged at the auditorium of the University of Professional Studies, Accra, to participate in the 4th Constitution Day lecture organized by the One Ghana movement. The lecture sought to reflect on Ghana's adoption of a constitutional rule and democracy after experiencing 3 coup d'etats that led to the overthrow of 3 of Ghana's elected leaders. Former chairman of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Kwabena, underscored the relevance of the country enjoying 3 decades of uninterrupted democracy under the 4th Republican dispensation, but warns key actors in Ghana's electoral system to guard against circumstances that has the potential of stampeding it. He cautioned the Electoral Commission not to impose decisions concerning electoral reforms on the political parties, but strive to reach consensus.
The Electoral Commission must view the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, IPAC, as a convenient forum for discussing changes to our electoral practices, irrespective of whether the intended change originates from the Commission or the parties. The reason is that it is not good practice to foist changes in electoral practices on important stakeholders like political parties. It is prudent to discuss any intended changes thoroughly at IPAC meetings with a view to achieving consensus. If consensus is achieved, the IPAC then becomes a convenient vehicle for disseminating the changes to the electorate.
Dr. Aferjan also bemoaned the dominance of the monetary inducement in the country's electoral system, adding it could have negative implications for the country's fledgling democracy.
In days gone by, whatever vote buying or vote selling there was took place in secrecy. Not so these days. What we have now looks like an open market where candidates can freely buy votes and citizens can freely sell their votes in broad daylight, while we all look on seemingly unconcerned. But it is a shameful spectacle, because vote buying and vote selling are unlawful, and they undermine two important principles that underpin our democracy.
Information reaching JoyNews indicates that land guards have sprayed a police officer's car with bullets and assaulted him at Kaswa Fanko, also known as Jamaica City. Adam News reporter Kofi J has more. He joins us with those updates. Kofi, what do we know about this story?
What happened was that a police officer who was at National Police Headquarters, having a part of Landard, Jamaica City, near Ofanko, in the Oshitenya East municipality of the Central region. This morning he came to his site to work with some construction workers, masons and carpenters who were working on the site. So he came to check up on them. So according to the police officer, about 30 minutes after he arrived at the site, a group of Landard, numbering about 20 on motorbikes, came to the site demanding for digging fees. And he said that he will not pay because there's no Landard in the system again. So it became a confrontation between the police officer and this Landard. And unfortunately, they started firing live bullets on him, and they were able to capture his AK-47 rifle, assaulted him, and damaged his car. But as I'm speaking to now, he was able to call Central East Regional Police Command, and SWAT and SPU officers were able to arrive at the scene. Currently, they have retrieved the gun from the Landard, and they have arrested 4 suspected Landard who attacked the police officers, and they are still searching for the rest.
So, what's the mood in the community, Kofi, as we speak?
Oh, that's fear and panic, because if a Landard can attack a police officer, fired gun on him, and vandalize his car, out of those who are not having guns. So they are calling the IGP to beef up security in that area, because Landard activities has been rising for some days now.
Kofi J is our Dome News reporter with that update. We'll bring you more in our subsequent bulletins. A partially completed 1,000-seater capacity sports and recreation facility has been commissioned in Nalerigu in the East Mamprosi municipality in the capital town of the Northeast region. The new facility is made up of an AstroTurf changing rooms, a VIP stand, and offices for administrative staff and managers of the facility. The Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who commissioned the sports complex, said it would help the development of sports, in particular football, in the area.
After the initial postponement following confusion at home over the Boku chieftaincy dispute, the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, returned over the weekends to Nalerigu, the Northeast Regional Capital, to commission a new astroturf for sporting and recreational activities in the East Mamprusi municipality. According to Joy News sources, the initial arrangement to commission the facility on the 28th of December was abrogated after an arrangement could not be reached between the office of the Vice President and the executives of the Mamprugu Youth Association over the presence of the Nairis and Stall Bokunaba at the event grounds. Dr. Baumia was accompanied by the Minister for Youth and Sports, the National Chairman of the ruling party, and several other dignitaries of the party. It was the third of such facilities to be commissioned into operation in the region since the coming into power of the government. The facility comes with a standard football pitch that can be utilized for even national matches, flashlight for nighttime activities, 1,000 capacity spectator stands, changing rooms furnished with water and sanitation facilities, offices for managers of the facility, and a public washroom. The facility was constructed after the youth of Nalirgu mounted a strong protest against the Vice President and the regional minister after the construction of a second astroturf in Wale. Commissioning the project, the Vice President, after inspecting the auxiliary facilities, said the new infrastructure would help in the development of sports in the region.
I'm very happy with the work. The facilities are first class, and I just hope that we maintain them as such as we go forward. But I'm a happy man today, and I'm very impressed with the work that has been done. I think that it will be a facility that will help sports and particularly football in Nalerigo Gambaga and its environment.
The facility has been named after Nasheriga, a late overlord of Mamprugu. The Minister of Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, also said the facility will facilitate the development of grassroots sports whilst playing out the achievement of this government in the development of sports nationwide.
Under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, when it comes to sports infrastructure, there's no any government since independence that can match his record in terms of sports infrastructure and sports development. So having done all these sports facilities, now the focus is now grassroots sports development. We are now going to have district level sports competitions. Then we move to the regional level, to the national level, so that we can develop talent at the grassroots.
The minister further announced his pledge to support the fast-growing local football clubs in the region. He, however, called on the local managers of the facility to strictly adhere to the dictates contained in the maintenance manual to ensure the facility is always fit for purpose.
There is going to be a committee set up, and the committee, the chief, the Nairi will have a rep on the committee. You have also the assembly having a rep. The regional minister will have a rep. The community, the youth will also have a rep on the committee. And this committee will ensure that they follow the guidelines on the maintenance manual so that we can use to maintain this facility. We can't put in huge investment like this, then at the end of the day, we don't maintain it well, and we have to look for money to come and renovate it again.
According to the details of the contract, a wall will be constructed to protect the facilities. As it stands, only the football pitch is fenced with wire mesh.
This is the first phase of the project, and going forward, the second phase will look at getting a fence wall so that there can be security.
The contractor, Robert Tete Coleman, also could not tell the exact amount of money spent so far on the project, saying he will be able to provide the financial details after the end of the year to begin second phase. Elias Sutanko from Nalerigo for Joy News.
The study of science and technology must be made much more interesting to make it attractive to many young people. The Ministry of Science and Technology must also partner with the private sector to deal with the problem of funding and resources in training the youth in science and technology. These are but a few of the solutions from CEO of the Kantanka Group, Kwejo Safo, who believes there's more the country can achieve with science and technology if resources are channeled there. He spoke earlier on Joy News Desk.
We have this platform that we are trying to bring all these boys, all these girls, all these people that are interested in showing what they can do. Now, I realized that the main problem they have is finances, how to buy equipment to do stuff.
Yeah.
So what we started doing is if we get people like that there, we encourage them. We see potential. I can stand by a product and say, okay, this product, if being pushed further, this person can do a lot and bring bring it on the market. There are some you see it's toy. You cannot do anything about the toy. He's seen it somewhere and he likes it and he feels wanting to do it. But as I said, the only way to push this thing forward is government, private partnerships. Where government comes, okay, what do you want us to do? Let's do that, let's do that. I'm actually doing a few proposals to present to the Science and Tech Ministry for them to see. Partnerships with other schools that are like tech, ATU, all these polytechnic universities that are now there. I mean, just to find a way. It's all about making entertainment or making tech look fun. So some of us, we can get a few brand ambassadors to showcase it, let people, I mean, all these singing programs that we do on TV, dancing programs, we can do tech innovation programs as well. And it will bring so much, I mean, look at how now Science and Maths quiz is gaining traction. We can do something similar for tech and not just bring people that are in the universities or in schools, actually recruit people from the grounds, people from in the ghettos and all that, and bring them on board. And once you give them, you know, people like TV, people like to be known, people like fun, you bring a bit of fun, make it more attractable. I mean, it will be, I mean, I feel that is what we should do.
Kwabena says his outfit, aside the manufacturing of automobile and appliances, is also heavy on agriculture and agric input machines, adding it is the surest way to ensuring that the country reduces its importation of food and in turn becoming self-sufficient.
You know, my father recently outdoored the combined harvester, agricultural machinery, as I initially said, and he's looking at doing, I mean, more commercial ones that people can purchase. He wants to do a planter as well. So now, I mean, the focus has been for about 4 years back. We've been doing most of these armored vehicles and all that. I think we gave a couple to the Ghana military. But currently, we're on agricultural machinery, just to see how best we can. I mean, he keeps complaining every day about why do we have to import food. We live in a very tropical area. We can plant, we can do it. Once we have machinery to assist people, I mean, increase work efficiency. So that is where the face is now.
Chef Jobless Filer, the Ghanaian cook seeking to break the Guinness World Record Cookathon, has crossed 200 hours of cooking by an individual. Filer, who is currently stationed at Tamale at the Modern City Hotel, has been cooking for the last 9 days. She is expected to end her attempt at breaking the current record tomorrow, January 10, 2024. Filer is currently surrounded by scores of supporters who are cheering her on. Joy Prime's Lois Adeyemi has more.
Filer has been cooking a lot of meals, and over the course of 9 days, I mean, today is 9, and she's officially cooked for 201 hours, and she's prepared 144 dishes. So literally, everybody has tasted her food. We've had traditional leaders come in here. We've had celebrities also come in here just to come and taste her food. Even the chief of staff was here a few days ago, and everybody has tasted her food in the town, outside. People have traveled from outside Accra, even outside Ghana, just come and taste her Filer's food. So everyone here has really tasted the food. Even me, I have. Yesterday, I told one of your colleagues that I personally have tasted her jollof, and I can tell you for the fact that the consistency is good. I have tasted since day one, and yesterday I tasted again, and it's amazing. She's doing amazingly. We're looking at her ending tomorrow by noon, but her team has also come out to say that it might go into the midnight, so probably she's going to end on when it's 240 hours. But for now, she's done 200 hours, and as I said, the crowd in here, the people that trooped in just to come and, you know, celebrate her as she reached 200, because I said that she surpassed all the record holders, and right now she's in a very comfortable lead. So the energy, the reaction from her husband, who has been supporting her since day one, those two traditional leaders who have tuned in this morning, all of them are really excited, and we are all just cheering her on.
We're still live on JoyNews Today, and our hearts goes to Faila. We will support her throughout and wish her all the best. We'll take a break on JoyNews Today. When we return, there is more.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the business segment on JoyNews Today with me, Pius Kojobaka. The application of value-added tax on motor insurance could be delayed further and possibly frozen for a while. That's even if the VAT amendment bill secures the required presidential assent for Ghana Revenue Authority to start implementing the tax. George Biafe has more.
Government sources have told Joy Business that the move has been influenced by concerns that applying this tax may come with some serious implications for the economy and inflation rate going forward. Insurance companies have already gone ahead to increase third-party premiums from January 1, 2024. This does not even include the 21.9% VAT that should be applied on non-life insurance businesses, products and services from this year. Therefore, applying this VAT on motor insurance could increase the cost of insurance and other related services, a move that may end up justifying calls by transport operators for an increase in fares. This may end up increasing the cost of living significantly, a development that the Finance Ministry is worried about. Joy Business is learning that the Ghana Revenue Authority could be asked to hold on for a while, even if the President signs the 5 new tax amendment bills. It's however not clear for now if the tax could be suspended. But insurance companies, on the other hand, say they will continue to make a strong case to the Finance Minister in their meetings on why this VAT should be suspended on insurance products. The Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Reverend Dr. Amishada Osama, has also maintained that implementation of these new tax bills will only go ahead when the necessary public education has been completed.
Custom officers at the Eastern Border Post are requesting more logistical support to reduce the influx of smugglers along the corridor. This follows the decision by neighboring Togo to decongest ports, which has made the border post of Aflao and adjoining areas prone to smuggled goods. Speaking to Joy Business after an operation at the Dabla checkpoint, the second in command at the Aflao border checkpoint, Emmanuel Parker, called for more resources to ensure that all porous borders are checked accordingly.
Were sent out and then added onto it, and then it makes it look as if Aflao cleared these things. But this is the problem we are having. We need logistics. We need men to come back because the borders are vast and they are porous. And when we close one side, another portion is opened. And before we get to know it's open, there would have been a lot of goods coming through. We do arrest rice, oil, and the like. And we have a number of informations that are, Togo is now decongesting their port. So a lot of vehicles are likely to come in, and we are trying our best. And this is one of the best way to have some of these things under wraps.
In more business news, Quick Credit has indicated it will no longer undertake house-to-house recovery of its loans. That's according to its founder and board chairman, Richard Ni Amakwe. He says that the on-field loan recovery department of his organization has been dissolved. Richard Ni Amakwe explained during Quick Credit's annual gathering at the conference center in Accra that the decision was made following feedback from stakeholders.
Over the past year, we received numerous feedback from our customers, the general public, and our regulator on our activities on the field. These feedbacks are a reflection of the experiences and expectations of the people we serve. I am thrilled to announce that we have taken a decision to dissolve the house-to-house recovery department of the company and shall no longer be visiting clients for recovery ever again. Let me repeat this side again. I am saying that we are thrilled to announce that we have taken a decision to dissolve the house-to-house recovery department of the company and shall no longer be visiting clients for recovery ever again.
And that's it for business. I am Pius Kojo. Baka Sports is next.
Well, you're welcome to it. It is time for me to take you into what is happening in the world of entertainment. Now, Efua Asantewaa is on, would I say on the lips of everybody on social media or on the fingertips of everybody on social media because they are really talking about her. Well, she made a comment in an interview I had with her and Latif at Latif's Theatre on a Cruise. When I was talking to her, Latif came and Latif wanted her to sing a song. And Latif said his favorite song is Kwame Eugene's Heartbreak. And then she made a revelation that Kwame Eugene is actually her crush, and it has gone agog on social media. Well, that was not the only thing she said. The main thing she said was she's scared that if she does not get the qualification or the record from Guinness World Record, it will stem from Kwame Eugene, because when Kwame Eugene came to visit her, she was actually stunned. She froze and she never remembered the lyrics of the song she was doing at that time. So if they don't give her that record, it might stem from that. Well, this is what she said.
What's your favorite song?
Favorite song?
Favorite artist?
No, now I like the Kwame Eugene song. The
Monica.
Broken Heart. Oh.
That the Broken Heart.
Yes.
Kwame Eugene do me crush you. I said me na me You see that guy came and I'm in Kwame lyrics. Be more but now me say Kwame Waham. If Guinness people doesn't give me the records, Kwame Eugene. My husband knows. So when he got there, I said, Kwame Wahame, only man can wam. I sang Aswading, and you know his rap comes after. I did everything. I couldn't remember.
Really?
I'm being honest with you. This is breaking news.
Wow.
I couldn't remember. I just like him. I just like him. Right from
this Broken Heart song currently.
Yeah. Leave me now, you're okay.
Oh.
Hey, I don't go follow you again. No do. Broken heart, no go catch me. Man, no go hurry. I know before here.
So you couldn't sing the song when he was standing by you?
And
hey, I said, bro.
No, change. You when you see your crush, what
do you do?
Latif will give you the opportunity to sing. Why?
And I am your cruiser tone.
Why Aisha Ibrahim is so excited, laughing head over heels here.
What if I also have a crush on you?
Then this news will stop.
Crush on my father.
Well, let's get on. So, Ghanaian makeup artist Delagome embarks on his Guinness World Record for the most lipstick application in 30 seconds. So, over the weekend, he applied lipstick on 8 models in 30 seconds, doubling the current record of 4 applications set by the Chinese makeup artist in 2018. Well, Dela initially set the goal to do 7 models, but added 1 during the attempt, exhibiting agility and poise under pressure. Well, my colleague Jacqueline Asamoah Yeboah has more in that short report.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ghanaian beauty guru Dela Gome has not only shouted by redefining the limits of glamour by attempting the Guinness World Record for the most lipstick applications in just 30 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This awe-inspiring feat surpassed the former record held by Li Zheki of China, who managed 4 lipstick applications in the same time frame back in 2018. In an exclusive interview with JoyNews, Dela Gome shares the inspiration behind his audacious pursuit of the lipstick record-breaking triumph.
Okay, so as you said, there are lots of record-breaking attempts, but I chose to apply lipstick on ladies within 30 seconds to exhibit my skills, to put my brand on board, and to also put the whole Ghana on the map. It involves a lot. To break a record, it's not an easy task at all. So first, you need to be determined. You need to know your specialty, what you are very special at doing, your uniqueness. So that alone would guide you to the record you want to break. The day I was applying, I thought it was just a joke, it was just something for fun. But initially, when I sent the first application, they sent me an email telling me they've received their application. I was like, really? So this is serious.
The less unwavering dedication received a resounding endorsement from his father on this thrilling quest.
So when he came to me that, Dad, this is what I want to do, I said, wow, do you think you can do it? So I started quizzing him about the previous holder, because he's the current holder. So I would say the previous holder, and he gave me some details, and I went to Google on it, and I said, wow, 4 models, 30 seconds. And I've seen him doing a lot of things, and I knew that from that day, if he really persevered, if he focused on his target, he would do it. So I was not surprised at all that he did it last Saturday.
The fever of Guinness World Record attempt is sweeping through Ghana, and the question lingers, which record-breaking endeavor can you embark on? For Joy News, I am Jacqueline Ansama Yoboa.
So now I'm wondering which record attempt, Aisha, you will want to give a try to.
Maybe readathon.
Readathon.
I'll read for 10 days.
Well, that is it, all about it on Showbiz Now. Aisha, back to you.
Thank you for bringing us Showbiz, and that's how we wrap up the bulletin this afternoon. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of the news and updates of all the developing stories. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.